This week for our Bible study time, we're talking about the family. And Proverbs 1 verse 8 says, "My son, hear the instruction of your father, and do not forsake the law of your mother." Sharissa and I aren't parents yet, and so Phil, you're the only parent officially at the table. And, Eden was the first school for Adam and Eve. So every home is the first school for every child. And how was it parenting, especially when your children were on the younger side? Like, how was your home like a school to them in that sense as they were starting to grow?
Yeah, it's a really good question because, first-time parents, you kind of don't know what you're doing and you're floundering around and should we do this or should we do that? And when it came to education and when it came to the schooling, we wanted to teach our kids, most importantly, about God. And now the challenge comes, though, how do we bring up children that will fear God and love Him like we do? And it's a challenge, and you can come up with all the different theories, and you can think, okay, we've got to have worship morning and night, and we've got to do this, and we've got to do that. The best thing that we've found out now, my kids are 11 and 12. It's your example. Mm-hmm. They see you praying by your bed, and you try. You're not out there trying to do it, but they see you praying. They come in, and they go, "Oh, where's Dad? Dad's in." "Oh, okay, you're praying." They see you pray for things during the worship, and they see the answers to them prayers. Yeah. And now their relationship with God's starting to develop because now they're seeing a real live, person having a relationship with God, trusting in God for all the things. And I guess it's easier as, me being a minister because now we're praying about what God's will is for our life and our ministry. And we always share that with our kids. So an example of how you talk to God. Yeah, you can come up with scripted worships and you can say, okay, let's read this amount of scripture and let's do this and this and this. And the funny thing, and my daughter came up to me one day and we were doing worship. She said, "Dad, your worships are boring." So let's get it. I said, okay. And she's hit the age of about 12. And I said, okay, you take worships. Well, both of us, me and my wife, you take worships. Nice. She came for about 4 months. It wasn't just a once-off thing. She came about 4 months every night, right? She'd do an unbelievable worship.
That's
and
great.
it was just where did this come from? Where did this kind of... So yeah, that's great question, but I'd say example.
Yeah, she saw it modelled and that's why she was doing it. We don't have children. This is my husband, by the way. We don't have children, but I had a mother who especially modelled to me that faith in the home. She was the one who introduced me to Jesus. But, I was thinking, Justin, this doesn't just apply even to being an example, doesn't just apply to being at home, but also how we carry ourselves in all our relationships, in our community as well. Because we are giving to others an example of faith and how it influences us.
Absolutely. And, even for those who don't have a traditional family unit or even necessarily a Christian family unit, the most consistent illustration that the Bible gives us of God's relationship to us is a father and us being his children. And so no matter who you are and where you are and what your life situation is, what your family situation is like, God is your father if you've given your life to him. And that's a beautiful thing. He's the perfect father, the one who loves us more than anything, more than life itself.
That's right.
Yeah. And so as we dive into the rest of this Bible study, and as you dive into the rest of this Bible study, we want to invite you to always make God your best teacher.